Ways to deal with stress in college is to eat healthy, because you don't want to gain those freshman 15. I gained freshman 50, but we're not gonna go there. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra. For those who are new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button just to stay up to date with my latest uploads. So today I do want to do a video that is geared towards back to school. This video is for freshmen going to college. I do know around this time when I was going off to college, I was on YouTube like searching stuff, but it wasn't really like a lot of content on YouTube how it is now. So I do want to use my voice to give some advice to freshmen going into college, and just to prepare them for some things that I wasn't quite prepared for, because college is like, it's nothing that I expected. Like, and you can try to prepare as much as possible, but like the experience is just different once you're there. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so my first tip of advice would be, I honestly say go in blind for a roommate. I was very nervous about this. At first, I was actually going to room with my friend Nyla, and we were roommates at first, but then it was just kind of like, I don't know if she said it or I said it or whatever. We just decided not to do that. We both ended up going in blind. I had a pretty good situation going in blind. I went in and I had, like, you know, a girl, she was white, so it was like culturally we were different, but it was a great experience because I got to know somebody new. But on the other hand, like, my friend, she had like an Asian girl, so her experience was like totally different than mine. But I do think it's an experience to have, to be able to live with somebody who's totally different than you. It may be good, it may be bad, but when you go into a room with your friend as a roommate, a lot of problems can arise. You guys can probably pretty much ruin your friendship. Like, yeah, you were friends like all through high school or whatever, but like living with that person and seeing them like in that light, it's like a totally different thing. It's like everything you do is gonna be together. So that could just cause like a lot of strains on the friendship. But like if it's a roommate, it's just like a roommate situation. But do you really want to lose your friendship over picking a roommate? So I always say go in blind, at least your first year, until you meet some other people that you probably would rather roommate with. Number 2 would be to know your body, know your internal clock, internal schedule. All through high school, you probably have classes at 8 o'clock or 7:30, whatever, and it's just fine because you're used to doing that. I'm telling you, an 8 a.m. class in college is totally different than high school. I don't know why, but I did it to myself one semester, and I went majority of the time, but only reason I went is because this class was in my actual residence hall, so I literally would just wake up out the bed and walk downstairs and go to class. But if you got a class way on the other side of campus at 8 a.m., more than likely you're not gonna make it. That's pretty much true, because I did have another class that I skipped the whole semester, like literally skipped the whole semester because it was at 8 a.m. and it's like, you're paying $500 a credit hour, you probably should go to class. So I say pick a time that's good for you. A good time for me was 10:20, like a start time. Anything later than 2:40 wasn't gonna work for me. So my earliest class had to be 10:20 and my last class needed to be in it at 2:40. Anything after that, brain was fried. Number 3 would be to get on websites and find out who your professors are. A great resource I used was ratemyprofessor.com. And prior to like starting classes or making your schedule, check out who your professors are, because sometimes you can have a professor that's like a complete asshole, and then you can have one that's just like a breeze, like this teacher is a 4-point teacher and this teacher is a 2-point teacher. Like, you want a 4.0, you want to be in that class. You want a 2.0 and you want to have to take all these tests and stuff, you're gonna end up in that class. So I say get on your schedules early. If you can change your schedule as a freshman, I would say check out the website and see what teachers you already have and see if you can adjust. Because I know when I was a freshman, they picked my classes at orientation, but I was able to change them because I had to log in. But this was before I knew about ratemyprofessor.com. But best believe That next semester, I was checking out who my professors were before I was hopping in classes, because you'll know once you get that asshole teacher and then you got another person who had the same class but a totally different teacher and they're having like an awesome experience. Check your professor before you get into the class. I would say tip number 4 would to be involved as much as you can. Personally, when I was on campus, I feel like I was involved a little bit more. I did go to like more events with my friends, but then it was kind of like I ended up getting a car. So then I had to pay a car note. So then I ended up getting 2 jobs, and then I was already like having major anxiety just about like the transition or whatever. So I kind of stopped going out and stopped being involved as much. And I pretty much worked the whole time. And that's not how you want to remember your undergrad experience, just because you will never, when I say never, get that experience back. It's nothing like undergrad. And now I kind of like sit back and be like, dang, like looking at all my friends, they had like totally different experiences than me because I was a slave to the work clock in or whatever, and they were actually enjoying their time and their experience. So I do say, if you don't have to work, don't. And I'm not saying like don't, but like, I mean, don't have as many hours as me. I work 2 jobs. 5 would be stay as organized as possible. I am not organized at all, but that's because I am a creative at heart. We just not organized people, but I'm telling you, the key to success is to be organized, period. Like, they give you a syllabus at the beginning of the year. I mean, the beginning of the semester, has all the assignments. Make sure you have those assignments in your planner. Have a planner. Even if you don't use a planner, use like a Google Calendar or something. Or even on your phone. Put your assignments in your phone just to make sure like you keeping up with it. Because you'll have some professors that will remind you like a week in advance, like, yeah, you know, you got this paper coming up. But then you'll have some teachers that won't say anything, and it'll be the day that it's due, and you sitting there looking like, oh, I thought it was just a lecture today. So stay on top of your assignments, but you have to be organized. And it's like, you really, in college, you only have like 2 or 3 classes a day. Anything more than that, I think personally, is too much. So it's kind of easy to fall out of organization because it's like, I remember I only had 1 class today, or I only had 2 classes today, I'm gonna remember. But I always say write everything down and put it in your phone. We live in the age of the smartphones. Just put it in your phone. I would say another tip, I know it's probably controversial. As a freshman, you're gonna drink, period. But my thing is, like, you have to be responsible. Just make sure, your mom always said, like, make sure you are watching your drink at all times. Figure out your limit. I say start off light. Just start off light, because you can always have more. But like, if you just keep going and keep going and keep going, eventually it's all gonna hit you at once. And personally, I've had experiences where I was just way too drunk, like, and you end up waking up like, wow, that's embarrassing, or I fought you. Like, it's just, you wake up with like crazy ass stories. And to prevent all that, I just say drink responsibly and know your limit. This is another tip I feel that will go good. I think it's tip number 6. I lost count, so we just gonna say tip from now on. I never read textbooks in college, and you probably should, because you'll probably get an A on all of your exams if you just read. Teachers give you the reading like in the syllabus, so usually they tell you to read something, and then that lecture is gonna be about that chapter you were supposed to read. I never read, so I was literally just in class taking notes, like not knowing what the heck the professor was talking about. And it's because you have to read the book. But a lot of times I didn't buy the book because the book was expensive. But I do want to give you another tip about books. Rent your book. If you can rent your book, rent your book. Do not buy books. Books be like $300, $400, and you can rent the book for like $20 for the semester. So I just know I used to use Chegg, Chegg.com, and I'm pretty sure you can just Google your book rental. Trust me, it'll save you so much more money. And you can also like try to Google like PDFs of your book, and then it's completely free. So that's a tip about books. Value your relationships in college. Like, this is an experience where you can meet so many new people, and it's like you get to know them so quickly because you're always together. I know people say like your college friends are pretty much your lifelong friends, and I want to say I went to school with two of my friends I was like tight with from high school. All ended up in new like friend circles. So I still talk to both of them occasionally. I wish it was as close as it was when I was in high school, but at the same time, it's like we grow up, you know, people's lives change or whatever. So just really foster your new relationships, because you meet new people and new people bring new things to you. I would say this probably be the last tip. I don't know what tip we are on by now. Stress. Stress is something I learned in college. And I say the best ways to deal with stress in college is to eat healthy, because you don't want to gain those freshman 15. I gained freshman 50, but we're not gonna go there. Exercise more and just stay in tune with like God, for real. Like, I feel like I couldn't, if I didn't have like God in my life, I wouldn't have got through a lot of stuff in college. Like, college is all about survival, and I honestly couldn't survive without God. And that's how I got through it. And I would just have to say one more tip is just to soak up all the time during this experience. 4 years literally flies by, and I spent so much time saying I hate it here, because it was like different, instead of actually enjoying the experience. And now that I think back, college was some of the best years of my life, but I wasn't enjoying them when I was in the moment. So enjoy it, because when I tell you, you will never get another experience like undergrad. Undergrad is the best thing that will happen to you. And this message is also going out to people who aren't actually going to college or thinking about it. I would just say, if you're not thinking about going to college, just go for a semester. It will change your life. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.